Hey everyone, this is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. How are you? Today's date is December 5th, 2020. It's a Saturday, and this is our weekend charts to ponder video. What I would like to do today is I'm going to give you a road to wealth update. Let's take a look at the market. We'll take a look at some charts, and at the end, I'll talk about charts that we held over the weekend in the Road to Wealth account. But first, Road to Wealth update. Road to Wealth has been, it's 110 days in to the new Road to Wealth account. Currently, it's up 128% or $12,843 in that 110 days. Examples that I'll be showing you today are the exact things that we do in the Road to Wealth account to make those kind of increases. And by the way, that's not one trade, that's the entire account. I had somebody ask me that the other day. It's the whole account is up today, up 128% or $12,843. Remember that this coming Tuesday, I think it's the 8th, December 8th, I'll be presenting a webinar, and it's to the public, and I will be demonstrating how we take profits into strength. I'll be showing you what we do for that in the Road to Wealth account. Also, do me a favor. Hey, if you're somebody that watches this video all the way to the end, make sure you, if you would, just do me a big favor. Post it in the chat. I'm curious to find out who watches to the end and who doesn't. And also, I'm curious to find out if you don't watch the whole video, let me know why. Maybe I can make some adjustments for you. Maybe it's too boring, and I'll do my best to liven it up. Maybe you don't like the charts. Let me know. Let me know, and I will do what I can to help out. All right, everybody, let's get ready. Let's go. Take care. All righty, let's take a look at the SPY here, SPY. We've been in a very nice trend so far, and I've used the T line for quite a few years as a directional indicator. The T line is this black line right here. That's the T line. As long as price is above the T line, then I'm going to remain to the bullish side. There are times when we certainly want to question that for sure. But overall, at the end of the day, the final decision, what is price doing in comparison to the T line? And right now, we're bullish. We've remained bullish. Got maybe a little questionable, possibly a little questionable right in here. But we have remained bullish here. I also want to take a look at this chart. And as long as we have a trend, and this is what I'm looking for, this is our fast trend. This is what the Road to Wealth account uses for an indicator as far as trend goes. I've got the 3 exponential moving average. That's this line right there. And we've got the T line. It's in black on a black screen. And then we've got the Trendicator right here. And as long as that's trending, overall the market remains bullish in my mind. Now, if we start to fail, and failure might look like this right, whoops, wrong one. Failure might look like this right here, right here. And then we can always watch price if it starts to collapse below the 3 exponential moving average or the T line. We can watch that on with price on the chart. But you can see what failure might look like, and you see what success looks like over here. And success is when the trend starts to change, and as long as it remains a trend, well, we'll continue to trade to the long side. Now, one thing I want to point out, here we are, what is today? This is, this is Saturday, December 5th, so take a look at the T2122 chart. This is the 4-week new high low ratio. And man, we are very, very overbought. There is no question about that. For me, the buck stops with the trend. We can stay overbought for an awfully, awfully long time. So my final decision comes when I'm looking at the trend. Now I do take this in consideration. So what I do now, where I'm at this point in trading, is I'm going to continue to trade long with extreme caution. Long with extreme caution. All right, let's take a look at some charts here. STNG. By the way, this is just a couple oil charts that haven't taken off and gone crazy that I found. Or energy, charts that's in the energy sector anyway. Sting is one of them, a tanker here. And we've got a nice run to the upside. Here, let's do this here. Nice run to the upside, and we've got a little pullback here that's turning into a J-hook continuation pattern. And you can see that we have broken out. So we're going to put a little line right in here. You can see that we've broken out of there. I'm going to actually use those bodies right here. There we go. So and let's keep in mind, whenever I buy a position, this may be the starting plan. I think it's important for me anyway. It's the success. It's a piece. It's one of those pieces with the Road to Wealth account that creates the success of the overall account. And that's having this plan, marking up the chart, being able to see a chart pattern, have a reason why we're looking at the chart, and then set up the actual buy, stop, maybe target area. So right now I'm looking at a buy inside that green blocks, and the starting point is going to be 11.75 for a stop. Now if I buy this way up here, I'm going to adjust that stop. I'm going to adjust it up. If I buy it close to that breakout point, so if it was to pull back like this, if it was to pull back and get an entry in here, well, I'm okay with that stop. But if you buy up here, I've got to excuse me, raise that stop. As far as a target goes, let's take a look at something maybe up here, way up there. There we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Now, we'll probably have a slight bump in the road, around 1380. But I'm kind of looking for price to travel up here toward that 1960, 1950 area up here. Another one I'm looking at is ADP. Here's ADP. We'll be looking at $7.90 for a stop, a buy inside the buy box. There's 8.9% from the top of the box down, so it's less if you buy it down below. What I'm looking for, of course, is to buy an inside day. I like that sort of thing. If I buy on a breakout, I'll have to adjust that stop a little bit. Let's take a look at where price might run to. I see a gap starting here about 950. Let's just come up here and fill that gap. So we're going to be looking for 950 up to about 1073 for a possible swing trade. Another chart we're eyeballing is KURA. It is a biotech. Be careful with biotechs. They can be they can be a little sneaky. Definitely a little sneaky. Here we've got a pullback chart that's trending, clearly trending. A pullback down to the 50-period moving average. We have two bars between these two dark bars. Now I definitely look at a lot of things on a chart a whole lot different than a lot of people do. So I look at this, and I'll tell you what I see here. This is what I see. I see that. Just because there's two dojis in there, that doesn't change that pattern in my mind. So I see a Morningstar. We're not going to call it an official Morningstar signal, but I'll certainly put it in the Morningstar family. I'm looking for an entry up here in the box, green box up here. There's 6.5% between the top and the bottom. The bottom is the stop around 35.20. Okay. If I buy it too much higher, I will have to adjust that stop. It's important to know how to do this. We teach this all the time in our webinars. We teach this in the trading room. This is very important to know how to do this, and it is very, very easy to do it. One thing I'm going to be looking at, let's see, I believe that I have this coming Tuesday, so that would be, let's see, the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So it'd be December 8th, Tuesday the 8th. I'm doing a public webinar, and we'll talk more about how to take profits into strength here. Okay, we'll talk more about that because that's one thing we do. We take profits into strength. All right, so I don't have anything marked up here. Let's come up here and take a look at this. We're at all-time new highs. So truthfully, it's blue skies. Let's follow price up. Let's follow price up. Anyone think this thing can get up here to around $44 or so? 44? Man, that's a 30% move. And I think that's very doable. Look how much it's ran already. Look at that move right there. We're not asking for much. So I'll be watching Cura, C-U-R-A. Here's a chart. There's a few people in the Hit and Run Candlestick membership that is already in this chart. Congratulations, by the way. Super trade. Now, we have rallied up. We've pulled back here. We've popped up, and now we've consolidated. I'm looking for an inside day. I just might buy this. I don't usually buy charts like that. I really, really don't. But I just might buy this because this thing is looking pretty hot. And, man, just up here, I'm not going to ask for much. I'm not greedy. Let's go to here. $1.94. If we can get this, if the Road to Wealth can get this inside that box or around $1.30, then we're looking at we'll call it a 38% move here on this. Our CRBP. Nice little bottom. We have successfully closed up over the 50-period moving average now. T-line is trending up. A nice little pull rally and a pullback. Great candle Friday. So one on the watch list. Here's ARNC. There we go. Here's ARNC, and one thing I like about this chart is this right here. See how we rally up, and then we come across, and then we drop down, and then we rally back up, and that's what I'm kind of looking for. Now this may need to be extended. Maybe I need to give it a little bit wider possible move here. But I really like that type of chart pattern here. We have, this is without a doubt my favorite, say, three bar candlestick pattern right here. And what I'm speaking of is this. These 3 bars, 1, 2, 3, where we have a negative bar, and we have a lower bar, and then we have a positive bar. And especially when that positive bar can close above this negative bar, the first bar over here. So 1, 2, 3. Get that little chart pattern right there. That's another one of those candlestick patterns that it is not a Morningstar signal, not officially, but it's in the Morningstar family. And I really, really love that. So here we have the bullish breakout here, and now we have 2 bars resting, and they're showing follow through. Excuse me. So this chart, excuse me there, had to sneeze. So here we've got this flag pullback, and now we have a breakout. So I'm looking for an entry above all this resistance. This becomes support. I'm looking at 29.40, 29.35 maybe for a stop, depending exactly where I buy it. And depending on also where I buy it, will I have to adjust that just a little bit. As far as a target goes, let's take a look at a monthly chart. Let's look at a weekly chart. Let's look at a weekly chart. We can see here that we have a top right up here. Very nice recovery pattern on that weekly chart. So what I'm going to do now is go back to the daily, and with a buy inside that green box, you're looking at about 11, maybe 12% move on here. for a swing. And if it breaks out, I don't see any reason why we can't move up even another 10% on it. Fold, F-O-L-D, with a stop of around 22.30. We might look to be buying in that buy box area. And you know what? I think I had that too high. I think I'm going to drop that down just a tad. There we go. So we're looking at almost 6% in the buy box. So there's a 6% bullseye that we'll be looking for. If it breaks out, we would not be afraid of buying that either. We would just have to raise that stop and set the trade up a little different as far as the plan goes, which that wouldn't be much at all. You can look at the weekly chart. We're breaking out to all-time new highs here. So again, when we think of a target up here at blue sky, in my mind, I think putting targets up is sort of a redundant thing when we're looking at blue sky up here. If you want to put fib lines on and things like that, by all means, you can certainly do that. What I'm going to look at is follow price. I'm also going to be living by or obeying our road to wealth rules, trading in or profiting into strength. And that's something I'm going to be talking about on Tuesday night's webinar, profiting into strength. So as we move up, I'll look at those profits. Who cares? For me, who cares if there's some, fib line maybe right here? I don't get into that, and I'm not against it. I think it's just something on a chart that's not needed. So I'm gonna just use profiting up into strength. ALB is another one. ALB, look at that, beautiful move up. We've got a nice little pullback and a great recovery Friday. Absolutely wonderful recovery. You know what? I'm going to lower that just a little bit too. There we go. With a stop of about 133.85, buy inside that box. If we buy on a breakout, I think I'll have to adjust that stop up just a little bit. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. We have area here. You can see we're just about ready to test that resistance zone. So really, what I would like is I want to see some good strength in breakout. And it's also possible that we don't buy this right away. It's very possible we look at this on that breakout, wait till it breaks out, wait till it overcomes that resistance, let it set up over here, let it put it in the buy box for us, let it set up in the one of our favorite strategies is the 3/8 trap. Let it set up in the 3/8 trap up here. That just might give us a better entry, and then we're up here in some blue skies for a profit zone. KNSL, another nice chart that recovered. Excellent Friday. And here we are again, that chart pattern where we have a negative day, another negative day, and then a positive day. And by the way, the negative day on the first day, it's negative based on the candle. It doesn't have to be negative, like breaking down over the previous candles or anything like that. I just like the closed to be less than the open. And then over here on that second day, what I really want is the open on this candle to be less than the open on the first candle over here. And then I want to see that reversal come up and the bulls take charge. That looks like they're taking charge to me. I like the overall chart pattern. When we have that rally up and we have a slight pullback, and then we're simply looking for the chart to move up like this. Of course, it may not move right away. It may take a couple of days in here before it starts moving up. That's all right. This is where we put charts on our live trading alert scanner, and the scanner alerts us when the stocks from our hot list are firing. When they're firing, that's when we want to go look and buy. That's what pushes them up, is the fact that there's other buyers out there that starts buying it. I'm not the only one who sees this stuff. It moves up, and this is where we take profits into strength, and that's how the success to the road to wealth account comes about. Berry, B-E-R-Y. We've had a nice run up, a little bit of consolidation here. Nice little low, high, higher low. There's that 3-bar chart pattern again. 53.50 for a stop area. We're looking for a possible buy inside that green box and then a breakout. Once it gets through this high, then I think it has some potential to really move up. And this high over here also has a little bear help here, a little bit of resistance here. Take a look at this weekly chart pattern. Look at that shoulder, look at that head, and look at that shoulder up there. And that gives us an inverse, a bullish inverse head and shoulders. So we start to see a breakout of this 58. Boy, I'll tell you, I honestly, I don't see any reason why we can't get to 65, even up here in the $70 range. So we'll be watching Berry Plastics. XLB. Now I bought this. Friday here. XLB, and nice little recovery yesterday. This was actually one of our members. Neil pointed this out to me. Thanks, Neil. Thumbs up. Neil pointed this out to me. I bought this. Nice consolidation here. It still needs, to get up there, but it's looking like an awfully nice chart. I like the idea of buying inside the buy box here. Buying on a breakout also makes absolute sense to me, so we may add to it on that breakout. Stop around $70.80. As far as a target goes, once again, we're up here to some all-time new highs. So, where can it go? Well, why can't it go up to $80? If you want to put, if you want to put fib lines on it, or, some kind of, something that, let's see, we'll just take this right here. Put something like that on there. If that helps you, if skyhooks help you determine a price, then put the skyhooks up there. It's perfectly fine if that helps you. Full, F-U-L. Hey, here in just a second, stay tuned till the end, and what I'm going to do is point out a few charts that we do have on the Road to Wealth account that we held over the weekend. So if you're interested, just hang on to the end, and we'll take a quick look at that. So here's full, F-U-L, a little bit of resistance right here, a bit of resistance. It looks like we've broken out and we've pulled back. Here's that morning star signal right in there. 52.40 for a stop. That's what we'll be looking for. There's about a little less than 3% from the top to the bottom over here on the buy box. We'll be looking for follow through or just nice consolidation. Consolidation that shows that the buyers are still there. And then, of course, on a breakout, that could send us up higher. And if you take a look at just a monthly chart, right up here is where price might run to, around that $59 range. And that represents, about 10.5%. Not a bad little swing right in there. How about RS? RS is looking good. Nice little consolidation. Look at the 2-day chart on that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Here's a 3-day chart. Look at that 3-day chart. Exquisite. Absolutely exquisite. There's a weekly chart. This nice little... We've got that box. We get the pop. Then we're going to have a pop out of the box chart here. So that's what I'm looking for. Nice little entry. Then a pop. Take us out the top. Weekly chart. You can see we're breaking out here. So I'm all about that. A stop around 119.75. And of course, if we buy it really high, I'm perfectly fine with buying it high, by the way. I don't have to buy low and I don't have to buy cheap. Now, here's what I don't really want to do, okay? I don't really want to have it move up and then buy. What I want from that point, if it moves up 3 bars like that, then I may have missed that trade. I don't want to buy it. So what I might wait for now is a pullback, and then we'll wait for the buyers to step in. But that's something we do too if price moves too high. CCK. Had quite a few of them on here today. I think this one and one more, and then we'll take a look at positions, road to wealth, held over the weekend. So CCK, here we've rallied up. We got a little excited over here, pulled back down. Looks to me like it's been nothing but consolidation here. 2-day chart, you can see that consolidate. Look at the 3-day chart. Nice consolidation. I love the price action from this low up. So we have a low high, and now we just have consolidation. So I'm looking for that for an entry. We'll look in this area here for possible entry. And again, if we pay too high for it, if we end up paying up here, then what we'll do is we'll readjust our plan. Now, you guys all know the way I start my stop is I use the volatility stop on the daily chart and the 3-bar chart, and then from there I adjust it, get it tighter with price action. So again, if we buy it too high, we'll have to reset the plan up here. As far as a target area, here's a monthly chart. You can see we're way up here, brand new highs. So, man, it could jump right up. Let's do this. We're up here. There's a 10%. We're up in the 105 mark. 20%. We're up here in the 116 area on CCK. Here's the last one, and we'll take a look at those road to wealth charts. ADP. ADP looks awfully good. Great consolidation. If you want to clean that up, take a look at the 2-day chart. Look how clean that gets. 3-day chart. That's a nice 3-day chart. And then I'm going to take advantage of that. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, weekly looks good there. So with a buy inside the buy box, up here, that's about 3%. Not a big mover, but this would be a option trade for us. So that puts that 3.5% closer to 7 to 10%. I think if it gets up there, then we start that breakout. Honestly, I believe that it may go up here for a nice little 10% stock move, and that puts us in the 23, 24% on the option side of things. So anyway, those are the trades that we're going to add to the watch list this Monday. These are our stocks to ponder for this weekend. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to leave a note, a comment there on in the YouTube chat. All right, let's take a quick look at some charts that we held over the weekend. AG is one of them. AG has come off the bottom. We have a little pullback. Now, all of you know, I actually had AG here, and I held it all the way down here. I added to it. It's finally come back. I'm looking for this to break out a little bit higher. The chart's starting to set up. We bought AMD a few days ago, and AMD is walking very nicely along the buy box here. And we'll look for that to move up a little bit higher. And we closed in the buy box. I thought was very nice Friday. We also held some CGC over the weekend. That can't say I like this chart pattern right here, but it looks like the bulls have brought it back. We'll continue to manage this. We're still looking for 3270 for a swing trade, and that 2690 area for a stop. Excuse me, GILD is another one we're holding. I've actually been holding this one for a couple of weeks, and it just continues to walk sideways. I've adjusted the buy box in here because I think it's set up now. It's very possible I end up buying a new position or adding to my position this week if it continues to hold like this. Here we're nice little doji, little pop. Is that a bullish engulf? It is. Yeah, it is. Little bullish engulf there. This starts to break out. Well, that would make sense to run up to about 63 and some change up there. So $3 move on GILD. UAA is another one that we held over the weekend. We bought this Thursday, I guess. We bought it Thursday on this candle. Nice little inside day Friday. As long as it holds that buy box, I'm still happy with it. Looking for that 16.5% stop. Now, I want to talk about this for a second. There are times when a stock moves down and I get asked by somebody, did you get stopped out? And I might say, no, I did not. And they say, well, it went through your stop. Why didn't you get stopped out? Because here's the answer. Many times what I will do, and I mean many, many, many times, is I don't stop out intraday. I stop out in the evening. So, late in the day trading, because I want to see how that candle finishes. I mean, the reality is we're watching a daily candle. It's not finished till the market closes. So the closer we get to the close, that's when I start making those decisions. I've seen too many times when a chart has dipped down all day long just to close right back up toward the end of the day. So that's what I do. Now, where I do change that a little bit is if the doggone thing is tanking, that's one thing. And then if it's moving down and the market as a whole is moving down as well, then I will most definitely close it out intraday. Alrighty, what else do we have? Oh yeah, we bought some XLB. I think I mentioned that. That's on the weekend charts to ponder. Nice little consolidation here. You've got that Morningstar type family chart pattern. Great finish on Friday. Good volume on Friday. It does need to break out yet before it really makes any money, and that's what we'll be looking for. All right. Thank you very much. This video is going on 30 minutes long, maybe a little bit longer. Thanks again for hanging with me. I appreciate everybody that stayed to the end of the video. Thank you very much. And hey, do me a favor. If you stayed to the end of the video, post that. All right, post that down in the chat there. Post, hey, I watched the whole video. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you in the trading room. Okay, take care.